to your next notes. I'll let you finish putting your pens down so you can put your hands together. Are we ready? Oh, you like I was telling you off then, wasn't Mark, you went to work early this morning, that's okay. So just stay with us, right? Just stay with us, you'll be absolutely fine. Are we ready for Eva? Okay, start the applause, start whooping and cheering. As we welcome to Eva de Costa-Maya!
That's what got me in trouble in the first place. Not with my leg, like, you know, I have a lot of kids. Anyway, yeah, I'm Eva de Costa-Maya. I feel this competition is fixed. Already I've lost because of how many letters A there are in my name. Do you know how all goes on to the grave? I won a competition once for the most vowel in your name. Yeah, so successful. Yeah, I've come here from Swansea today. Sometimes they let us out. I didn't even have to wear the bracelets, quite exciting. And yeah, I've come a long way. Could somebody have the time? Anybody know what the time is? 8:30, 24th of February. Just remember that, okay? Awesome. Right. Okay. Yeah, so I've come to give you an update on my love life. This is important news. I tend to do that quite a lot. I used to be an NHS manager. I thought I'd do this for a living. It's slightly less financially sustainable, if we're honest. But we are where we are. So I tend to talk a lot about my dating adventures because, you know, I'm in my 50s now, and dating in your 50s, it's an education. Just wait, ladies. So anyway, yeah, I'm a widow. I hope. If it's gone to plan. And I got about 100 people who could vouch for where I was at 8:30 on the 24th of February. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. Yes, it's been a bit difficult. Came across an old friend the other day. That's a good trick if you can do it. And sorry. She looks a little green. No, he was a good friend. He's a sweetheart, actually. He used to be a nuclear physicist. I don't think he was a very good nuclear physicist because he counted the incidents he was involved in on the 9 fingers of one of his hands. So, yeah, he introduced me to a friend of his called Psycho Dave. Before I met him, he was just called Dave. He was supposed to be a lovely guy. Ladies, who here has met a lovely guy? Yeah, she knows that. Yeah, he was a lovely guy. He said he used to love animals, worked with animals. Worked with animals, my ass. He was a butcher. We dated for a little while. I found out he was a drug addict as well. He was addicted to Viagra. I took it hard. I had a tough time dating, I'm telling you. I went on all the apps. OkCupid, Hinge, Tinder, don't do that one. Bumble, Airbnb. To be fair, the host was surprised. But I gave him a good review. I found it quite difficult finding someone nice on dating apps. I decided I was going to stop hanging out on dating apps and start hanging out where men hang out. So I joined a motor mechanics course. Devastated, full of desperate women. So I quit. And then I thought I would try something else. So I joined a computer course, full of desperate geeky women. I was totally outclassed. It's like one guy in their luckiest week of his life. Right, so I thought, fine, I'm going to learn. I'm going to hang out where the real men hang out. I joined a micro-penis support group. Had a lot of fun. reevaluate my dating. I mean, I did meet this really nice chap, actually. And I mean, I told you I came here from Swansea. Anybody from Wales? Thank God for that. I met this one guy from Rotherham. He was quite nice. I thought we were going to get on great, but he got quite upset when I asked him the most important and burning question of our entire relationship. I said to him, honey, you know, if you're from Rotherham and you get divorced, are you still brother and sister? He didn't like it. Go figure. So, yeah, I mean, I have met somebody actually. I like her. Can I keep her? Is it like an adoptive process? Awesome. I'm worried about this because obviously most of my material comes from dating disasters. I am quite concerned that I'm going to have to start talking about menopause. I think that's going to be a dark place for all of us. Including, no one wants to go near menopause, do they? Including my doctor. Because who can get an appointment, right? But it has started me thinking that we're not planning well for our future in this country. You know, we need to be defending our borders, and all the budget cuts to the Ministry of Defence and everything. We're missing a trick here. We need to staff the Territorial Army with GP receptionists. Can you imagine? The invaders would turn up, the GP receptionist say, did you make an appointment? Did you phone at 7:30? No. Did you go on Ask My GP? No. We'll get lost there. Try and invade again tomorrow. You're not special. Yeah. So, it's been quite difficult. I did meet this one guy. His family didn't approve of me. Some people have really unreasonable wives. And that was a tough day, actually. I had a really tough day. I was dating a millennial. That was exhausting. I decided that I was going to have to try and keep up with this guy because he was a 10. He was sexy, gorgeous, tall, sweet, lovely. I was really obsessed with juvenile stuff, though. Loved Harry Potter, stuff like that. So that brought me from a 10 to like a 9 3/4. And it made me reevaluate my life. I thought about, careers that I've had, regrets that I've got, and I thought about, I'm 50 years old now. Thank you. People are going, what's the right response? Is it, no way? Or is it, go you? It's either is fine. But I've been reevaluating my life, and I think my greatest regret really is the people I've left behind. And on reflection, I was a terrible tour guide. I thought of starting a new career as a dentist because I like money and seeing grown men cry. And there aren't any real dentists in Swansea. Well, there was one. I was reading a newspaper in Swansea. There was a dentist in Swansea, but he got arrested for dealing drugs. And I thought, geez, you think you know someone? I've been going to that guy for 5 years. I had no idea he was a dentist. So, I'm going to tell you about a terrible day that I had not that long ago, if we're honest. It was awful. I knew it was going to be a bad day because I got out of bed and I tried to make myself a morning cuppa. Turned out there's a tampon in my teacup. I'd lost my tea bag. Keep up, guys. I tried to colour my hair, and I got the chemicals in my mouth. I'm not going to lie, I did die a little inside. I had a date, and it was a date with a guy that I'd been going out with a little while, and he was okay. He was just, boring. I mean, it's a relief not to be with a psycho guy. That's true, and I'm not saying only men are psycho. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Swansea, but there's parts of Swansea where the ladies are flippant psycho. Like Penland. Stay classy, Penland. I'm kidding, they can't. But I thought, I'll go out with this guy because he hasn't even murdered me even once. And he asked me out for Sunday dinner, and I'm partial to Sunday dinner. And we went out, and I was sitting in this pub, and he was grazing his way through everything on the table, and I was trying to sit on my hands. table. And then, because he was a gentleman, oh my God, every time I finished the drinks, he topped them up. He kept coming. He spent a long time eating, I spent a long time drinking. Long story short, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was useless to anybody, absolutely plastered. And he said, Ava, I think I should take you home. I said, yeah. He said, I think you need a coffee. I was like, yeah, I need a coffee. Drunk means very compliant. That's not an invitation, gents. Just thought I'd be clear about that. So he took me home. Now, I got married a long time ago when I were a lass. Yeah, I was married for about 487 years. My sentences rang concurrently. And I don't know the rules. When I started dating, it was the done thing for somebody to come to your house and shake your father's hand and swear to have you home by 10:30. Now apparently if you tell him where you live, you're an idiot. Who knew? So he's going to bring me home. He took me home. He wanted a coffee. I thought this included some sort of drinking of a beverage. Apparently it doesn't. I had no idea. So I met him in my house. I went into my kitchen. I put the kettle on and I could see him looking a bit like, what the hell is she doing? So I walk into my lounge and he's standing there going, where you go, babe? I said, I was in the kitchen. He's like, all right, okay. Come here. So drunk me, compliant. Okay. Still smooching. I was like, oh, drink me. And then he kissed me. I was like, oh, this is less boring. Wasn't bad. I mean, not good as 9 3/4 guy, but it was alright. And then he sat me down on my sofa and drunk me. He goes, oh, I like my sofa. Okay. And then he kissed me again. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing? Okay. Then he started to unbuckle his belt. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay. Anyway, he took out little Boris. I was like, okay. And then he went, and it came in his hand. I know, I'm that good. And then the kettle flipped off. So that tells you how long that all lasted. Like, you know what, one day I'm going to run into that man, he's going to know I've told the whole world about this date. Because then, he looked at his hand, and he looked at slimy little Boris. And I thought he would just retire to the bathroom. I mean, I'm not a gent, so I'm no expert. But I would have thought that was the logical progression. But no. He's standing in my nice house, in my nice living room, next to my nice coffee table. And he saw a little box of tissues. So he went for the immediate solution, grabbed a few tissues, did a less than adequate job. Boris went back slimy. I know, like, Jesus, man, you're in a nice house. Anyway, and then he sat on my nice sofa with his healthy hand and went to sleep. Now I have to tell you, I was unprepared for this eventuality. I don't know the etiquette. No one taught me this in sex ed. It's not on the help pages of Tinder. I know, I checked. And I was like, what do I do? So what I did, I had the feckin' coffee. I sat on my other sofa and watched him sleep. And then he got up and he left. And he left with his little pile of tissues on my coffee table. And that kept me off Tinder for 2 solid weeks. You guys have been amazing. Thank you ever so much.
Again, take a little moment just to write down your thoughts for Ava. We've got one more act in this section. I'll let you write down your little scores, your little thoughts. And then we're going to bring on your five after this session. What it means having fewer acts in tonight's finalists, we might even see more of our headliner, the wonderful John Wagstaff. Is he here yet, Trish? Oh, hello, John. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll see you in a bit. So we got one more act and then we're going to have